Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, passion for excellence.
Here are today's top headlines. Well, it looks like it is bankruptcy for Chrysler. Some car companies see a better second half coming, and the UAW agrees not to strike. Up next, we'll be back with the news behind the headlines. This is Autoline Daily for Thursday, April 30th, 2009, and now the news. It was on, then off, then back on, but now it's off. Chrysler was unable to secure a deal with its creditors yesterday and is likely going to have to file for a Chapter 11 bankruptcy. There is an outside chance that some sort of settlement could be reached before midnight tonight, but that does not look likely. And now the question is, can Chrysler get through a bankruptcy quickly, like in a couple of weeks? Meanwhile, a number of companies see better times ahead. The Wall Street Journal reports that Renault sees big improvements in the second half of this year. It's increasing its second quarter production by 56% compared to the fourth quarter of last year. ArcelorMittal, the giant steel company, sees markets recovering in China, Latin America, and the United States, but it may close steel plants in the U.S. that sell to the auto industry. And don't be surprised if Ford announces plans to increase production in the third quarter. That announcement could be only weeks away. The UAW has agreed not to strike for the next several years under the new deal it signed with Chrysler. According to the Detroit Bureau, a strike would be considered a default under the terms of the government loans. The new contract calls for binding arbitration on any financial issues for any contract negotiated in 2011 and again in 2015 if Chrysler still owes the U.S. government money. As General Motors works to reorganize by the June 1st deadline, its bondholders, both big and small, are not too happy and are trying to make some noise. The Detroit News reports that a committee for the big bondholders will be getting some face time today with the Auto Industry Task Force to offer a counter-proposal. If you'll recall, the current plan gives the UAW and the U.S. government almost 80% of the new company stock. Well, the bondholders want to switch places with the feds so they become the majority stockholders, which is a lot different than the 10% in GM's plan. And just so you know what else is going on in the world, Mazda reached an agreement to begin selling cars in Azerbaijan. Mazda will import the Mazda2, the 3, the 6, the CX-7, and CX-9. Do you know where Azerbaijan is? I didn't think so. Maybe we'll make that our next trivia quiz. And speaking of Mazda, coming up next, a review of the redesigned 2010 Mazda 3.
Changing tires out here could be dangerous, but with these tires, I don't need to worry.
Bridgestone.
The Mazda 3 has always been a great small car. Around the world, it's far and away the company's best-selling model, accounting for something like a third of its global sales. This is why its redesign is such big news. Here's Autoline Daily's correspondent Craig Cole with the scoop on the new 3.
When it comes to agriculture, you can't say California without thinking of grapes. And when it comes to automotive, you can't say Mazda without thinking of the 3. And this spring, just like these vines, it too is getting reborn. Since it's the Zoom Zoom brand, driving fun is one of Mazda's top priorities, and the new 3 delivers on that promise. For 2010, the company focused on evolution, not revolution. The current 3 is already one of the best small cars in the world, and the company didn't want to screw things up. Like before, it's available as a 4-door sedan or a 5-door hatchback. Both models share the same excellent platform as last year's car, but Mazda made some important changes to the structure for better safety and driving dynamics.
The body in white presentation to me is a pretty impressive piece, and the fact that we've been able to increase the stiffness and structural integrity of the body and crash impact performance while making the body in white assembly in total lighter. And I can't emphasize enough that it becomes increasingly hard with every successive generation to make the cars fun to drive because regulatory advancements, practically speaking, conspire to add weight and complexity to the cars in every successive generation. So we spared no expense in offsetting weight increases that were a result of things that we couldn't control by doing things more efficiently from an engineering standpoint.
Despite these challenges, the new 3 is more fuel efficient thanks, in part, to better aerodynamics. The wind tunnel is responsible for much of the car's design. The smiley face grille helps cut down on drag. The car's design theme flows into the passenger compartment, where the execution is top-notch. The Mazda 3 has always had a great interior, but that didn't stop the company from improving the 2010 model. They gave it a sporty, upscale design, and the dashboard even features some soft materials. Under the hood, Mazda offers a 2-liter 148 horsepower 4-cylinder or a 2.5-liter with 167 horsepower. A 5-speed automatic transmission is available with either, while a 6-speed manual is offered with the 2.5. As you'd expect, the 2010 3 drives with a sporty edge. The steering is tight and the ride is firm. You can really feel the road while driving, but it's not harsh. A base 2-liter sedan can be yours for right around $16,000, while a 5-door model with every option tops out right around $28,000.
Thanks for that report, Craig. I'm not quite sold on the new car styling yet, but if it's as much fun to drive as today's version, I think I could get used to that look. Hey, join us again later tonight for Autoline After Hours. It kicks off at 7 p.m. Eastern Time or 2300 hours GMT for all you international viewers. Of course, Pete and Jason are going to be there, but we'll be Skyping in Robert Farrago, publisher of The Truth About Cars, to join the fray, or maybe kick up a fray. You're not going to want to miss this one. Anyway, that's it for this show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tonight and tomorrow.
Visit our website for even more great content all week long. Autoline Extra, Dawn's Journal, podcasts, and even more. So click over and get the inside view at AutolineDetroit.tv.